Should I make this into an ASMR channel? Welcome back to another video. Today, we'll be discussing summer 2024 fashion trends, the trends that are on the rise as summer approaches, and whether I personally think they're worth investing in, they're worth being bought, or they should be maybe set aside. As we all know, trends circle faster and faster and faster and faster, and there's a new it girl accessory of the moment every 2 weeks. So I think this is something to keep in mind when shopping and when seeing, even if you see someone look really cool online, you have to be able to decipher whether this is an actual cool piece or it's just the trend of the moment. We're going to talk about 12 different trends that I've seen on the rise or already in full force and whether I think you should buy them or not. I want to preface this video by stating that obviously this is my personal opinion. I'm someone who tries to shop consciously and I'd like to encourage everyone to do so. What I think is worth it is not necessarily what you find worth it. So if you have bought or want to buy any of these articles, my judgment means very little. This video is more if you needed a second opinion or you're not sure or just to think about a little bit. So I'm going to tell you my personal opinion and then you're free to make your own, obviously. First things first, let's start with the trend of the summer, which we've seen everywhere so far, and that is leopard and cheetah print. Leopard and cheetah print are a reoccurring trend. We see this literally every 5 years or so. For good reason, it looks so cool. The tones, the colors are quite neutral, so it's so easy to style and it automatically makes you look a lot cooler. However, I think this year particularly, shops heard. The fast fashion shops heard us. And there is leopard and cheetah print everywhere, from high-end shops to more fast fashion shops. We have the famous Gani blouse that's going crazy. We have the Adidas, I think it's Sambas or a variation thereof, that's going so popular online. And then literally everywhere else, tops, bottoms, literally everything. And for this trend, I think they're doing a bit much. I think they're doing too much. And I think within the next month or two, people are going to grow sick of it because they're seeing it everywhere. Because everyone thinks it's cool because it is cool. So what I'm trying to say with this is I personally wouldn't spend a lot of money on cheetah or leopard print right now because I think you're going to be so sick of it by the end of this week, essentially. And I've worn cheetah print things before, so I don't want any of you coming up to me being like, you hypocrite, because I know I have. This is not saying you can't or shouldn't buy something. I'm just saying maybe one or two little things, because it's going to come back anyway in a couple of years. Don't throw it out. Once this trend is over, do not throw it out because it's coming back. All I'm saying is I personally wouldn't spend a lot of money on it right now because everyone's going to be wearing it right now for valid reason. And it's going to turn into like the cow print of 2020 4 years later. And we need to learn from our mistakes. And animal print is cool. Not too much. For the love of God, not too much. Yeah, that's what I think. Next, and I've already mentioned this briefly, Adidas Samba. So any variation of the shoe. I'm not a sneakerhead at all. And the only name I know for these shoes is Adidas Samba. I think these are so cool, so fun, they're so fresh. But again, we've been seeing them so much and they've been in for, I think, since last summer already. And we see all these different colors and they're so cool. And I wanted a pair for a really long time. And if you have some, rock the hell out of them. But if you don't have them yet, I think now might not be the time because by next fall, I think they're going to be out. There's absolutely nothing at all wrong with wearing a shoe from the last season. However, if it's already not in anymore and it's bright pink, bright blue, bright green, whatever, chances are you're not going to want to wear those anymore when something new comes in. So I would recommend either to buy something similar. Aloha's makes kind of similar shoes. They're really nice. Or to just find whatever sneaker you like. That's also the thing with trends is we get so like wrapped in on them that we tend to forget what we like, what we want. And I see this a lot with what I'm going to talk about next, the ballet flat, which I used to find so ugly. And the more I see it, the more I grow into it and I kind of want them. I can't lie. All this to say, it's important to know what you want, you know? So right now, as I think the trend is coming to a very, very close end, is a perfect time, as there's no other new shoe trend in your head, to try and figure out what kind of sneaker you want. What do you like if you need a pair? Yeah, and that brings me onto the next point, which is the ballet flat and similar shoes. I think they're really cool. I can't lie. I used to hate them, but I think they're really cool. And they work with a bunch of different styles. They work very well with the way I dress, and I really want a pair. And I really like the ones with all the straps also. And this again, these are shoes that will come in and in and in. So if you grow sick of them soon, don't throw them out. They're coming back. And if they don't come back for you, they're going to come back for your child. And your child is going to be so pissed that you have this perfect little pair of ballet flats and you threw them out because TikTok said it was over. Don't do that. Next is another print. Gingham. We're going to see so much gingham this summer. I was in London and I went to Urban Outfitters because we don't have these where I live. And there was so much gingham. I think gingham is really cute. I just didn't like it because they paired a lot of the red gingham with pink bows and stuff. I didn't like that, and I thought that looked really cheap. I think also sometimes when with trends, kind of pick one. There's also the big bow trend going on. It's kind of dying now, isn't it? Bows and gingham, bows and leopard. You know, like calm down. One at a time. I think gingham's cool. I think if it's your style, go for it. I don't see anything wrong with gingham. I think it's also the kind of thing where I wouldn't buy a whole wardrobe full of gingham because you're gonna grow so sick of it by the end. I got a bikini. And gingham never really goes out of style, does it? And I think it's coming in, but as a niche. I don't think everyone's gonna wear gingham the way everyone's wearing leopard right now. I think you're gonna see it a lot more online than you're gonna see it on actual people. So if you find it super cool, go for it. In the ballet flats, there's a very special type which is slowly coming in the rise, and I think we're gonna see this a lot more next summer. And it's the mesh ones, like these, where your toes are kind of peeking out. Okay, it is a very peculiar style, but I think it's getting a lot more weird attention because of the whole weird dogs out situation that's been going on. I think these are quite cool. They're not for me. I think if you can rock them though, that's really cool and you should 100% go for it. I do see them going out of style pretty quick though, so I personally wouldn't spend too much on them. Similarly, in the kind of see-through, transparent style, the lace skirts, I think these are so nice. I think they're so pretty. I haven't seen them in many shops. I think they're so nice, and you can style them up, down, left, right, whatever you want. I personally like the one where the lace is very busy and they're not as transparent because I feel like they're more wearable. However, a very, very see-through one could be super cool as a bikini cover-up, or if you're more of a confident person in that sense than I am, I think that's really cool. I think these are cool. I also think they're a bit more of a niche trend that's been going on. I don't think everyone's going to be wearing them. Similarly, I actually don't know if this is niche. I haven't seen anyone wear them here, but the weather isn't that good. The micro mini shorts, them a lot, and we see them a lot in the new Americana style with the red stripes or blue. I personally cannot wear those. I think they're so tiny and it looks so good. I just can't see myself walking out in town with those. So me personally, I'm not hopping on that. If you live somewhere where people dress that way, also I think it's also a cultural thing. Depending on where you live, people are more or less open with showing or revealing their skin. And it's not that I live somewhere very, very conservative. It's more just that I don't live in LA, you know? On the opposite end of the spectrum ish, jorts are back in. Jorts will forever be in. I think they're a very good pair to buy because you can't go wrong. They're super practical for everyday outfit. They'll never go out of style. I saw a really nice Levi's pair, but they were a bit expensive, so I didn't buy them. And I'm kind of regretting it because you can wear a really nice frilly top with it and make it girly. And the clash is really cool, the juxtaposition between both. Or you can throw on like a football jersey or any oversized t-shirt you have, and all of a sudden you look cool as hell. I'm regretting this a little bit. Next up is kitten heels. I think these are so cool and they'll always be in style, and we see them coming in a lot more with fashion influencers wearing them and a lot of vintage sellers selling really high-end kitten heels. I think this is a very smart purchase. They'll always be in, there'll always be an occasion to wear them. And I think, check your Vinted. A friend of mine told me this, and she told me how a lot of ex-office baddies have been selling them. Yeah, so you can get some really nice ones for really good prices. Then we see the rise of vests. I think this is so cool, girl. And again, we'll never really go out of style. This is the 2010s coming in. Me personally, I won't be getting a vest. I haven't seen that many in stores, but I think this is very easy to thrift. And if you find a nice one, keep it because it's definitely here for the long run. Finally, drop waist skirts or dresses, more like dresses. These are really nice, really flattering, especially if you have more of a short torso. They look so good. I can't predict what's going to happen. I can't predict if these are going to stay in or not. I've seen so many different variations of these and I think they're gorgeous. And if you like the way they sit on you, I think this is a very smart purchase. I got one for my prom. But anyway, so maybe I'm a bit biased on this. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. I hope I was able to share some valuable advice. Let me know if there's any trends I missed or any ones you particularly are looking forward to. Shop responsibly, listen to your own style, and don't let TikTok trends guide you. and my videos either, to be honest. I hope to see you soon. Like, follow, subscribe, and sending lots of love.